Okay, g'day again everyone. As you can see, I've got it pulled apart again. We've got two major issues here. Okay, one is that this gearbox I put in is absolutely shot. I sort of knew it wasn't real good because I placed the seal in the front of it, but the shaft has, an incredible amount of movement. That bearing, the front bearing's gone at least. But yeah, it winds and carries on, and the synchro's gone. I would think in second gear it won't change from third back to second. You actually have to stop and then put it in first and then go up to second. And so yeah. And the other thing, which is even more of an issue, is that the first time I drove it was fine. Went for a short drive, no problem. Next time I got in it, I got a clutch shudder when I was taken off, which just got worse. Each time I drove it, the shudder got worse, and went to drive it into town yesterday, and it started mucking up like it was missing a one cylinder or something. So I pulled up just to see whether I might have knocked one of the plug leads out of place or something when I was putting them back in, and I discovered it's got a major oil leak, and I haven't pulled it apart yet, but it's looking like it's coming out of the oil cooler. It's all over the top of the motor, and so it was rather fortunate that it started missing, because otherwise I wouldn't have known it was leaking oil. Like, it leaked a lot. It's a litre down, so it's leaked a litre of oil in one drive. So that's how much it was leaking. But had it not started missing, I wouldn't have known it. I wouldn't have known until it ran out of oil. So and I see things like that as a bit more than coincidence, because they happen often. I see that as a bit of divine intervention, being looked after. But I've got the engine out, and that's the old swing arm gearbox there. I was going to try and resell that as a going unit, but I've just looked up prices of bearings and parts for the gearbox, and it's pretty expensive, more than I can afford right now. So I might be sacrificing parts out of that gearbox. I will endeavour to put new bearings in, depending on what I can get from my local bearing shop. I'm not going to pay $40+ for each bearing, because I can't afford it. It's just the wrong time of year. I've spent thousands in the last couple of months, and I just don't have it to spend now. So what would be interesting, because this gearbox, like, it's not new, it's obviously worn. When I changed the oil, it was a fair bit of sludge and a little bit of metal coming out of it. So it's obviously worn, but it wasn't having an issue. It was driving, quite well. It wasn't whining or anything. So, what I'd like to know, and I don't even know how to look it up, is to see where the gear ratio difference is in this gearbox, whether they've actually changed, third and fourth gear ratios, or whether it's just the diff ratio, whether the whole thing is just a higher gear through the diff. So, what would be nice is if it's just the diff ratio that's changed, and that the IRS diff unit fits into this gearbox. That would be brilliant, because then I don't have to pull it apart other than taking the two sides out. So that's what I'm sort of hoping for, but I've got no idea whether that's going to happen. So as I said, I'll pull it out and then see if the if the housing covers actually fit onto the gearbox, and then be counting gear teeth and doing things like that. But yeah, that'd save a whole lot of expense and effort if I can just swap the actual diff over. Excuse me. But yeah, I haven't pulled the engine down yet. I'm hoping that the oil cool has just come loose, that I can just tighten up, put a new seal or something in it, because that's a $200 unit to replace it if it's broken. And I would say they do actually break, because they're made of steel. They go rusty. Like the one that was on the motor that come out of this bug I threw in the bin, it was just so rusted. It's beyond usage. So if I got to pay $200 for a new one, I might be looking at some improvement. Probably one at a remotely located one with an electric fan or something. Because there is other oil cooler units about. I've actually got a spare one, a transmission one for me Ford. I could probably even mount that somewhere. I've even got several electric fans too, but it's a matter of where I could mount it. Get hoses that would hook up to it or something. I'd actually like to remove this piece of shit cover. This wasn't on the old engine, and it's just a pain. For getting in there to adjust your clutch, you can't get your hand past this stupid thing. You can't get your hand past it to undo the bolt. It mounts it to the gearbox. I'd like to actually take that bit off. Anyway, I've got this just about all. Got the clutch undone, got the gear linkage undone, got the front mount undone. I've got 4 of the bolts undone on the drive shaft, so I've just got to do the other 2 now and undo the mounts at the front, and I can pull the gearbox out of that as well. So, more dramas. This is just one of the things that happens when you go changing things and updating things. You get issues. Of course, if you got lots of money, like if I had thousands of dollars to waste on it, I could just go and buy a new gearbox, and I probably would have done that to begin with. But when you're doing things on a budget, well, you just got to do things the only way you can do them. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit the like, please. Okay, bye.